let me show ya. Don't know you a star, let me show ya. Great is by far, let me show ya. Don't know who you are, let me show.
North America, how do they get it?
Sell this?
Huh?
They sell?
They sell this, right? On a boat. My sister, what we out here showing our people, this young brother right here, the true image of Jesus Christ, and how we actually relate who the Bible is talking to as being us being the children of Israel.
Right.
Because I was asking the young brother, how did they get the slaves to this side of the world? So if we wasn't slaves, we were made slaves, but how did they get us to this side of the world? Boat, right? Like you say, they sell this over here. They sell this on boats. Well, we gonna read out of the Bible that was Bible prophecy saying that was only gonna happen to the children of Israel.
Right.
Start at verse 28, verse 15. 28, 15. Listen at this. Listen at this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Say, it shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, meaning if you don't listen to God,
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God says, if you don't hearken, if you don't listen to what I'm telling you, all these curses are going to come upon thee and they're going to overtake you. Meaning it's going to happen to you. So we're going to jump straight to verse 68. Listen at this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
It says the Lord shall bring us into Egypt, right? What were the children of Israel doing in Egypt? They were slaves in Egypt.
Right.
The children of Israel were slaves in Egypt. You hear that story about Moses, tell old Pharaoh, let my people go? The children of Israel were slaves in Egypt.
Right.
We were slaves in Egypt. So it says, read what Egypt means, Exodus 20 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Egypt is synonymous for bondage. That's what Egypt means. Egypt means bondage.
Right.
When you read up the Greek word of Egyptos, that's what it means, bondage. Go back to 28 verse 60, read it from the top.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said he's going to bring us into Egypt, which means bondage. So he's going to bring us into bondage again.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
When you read the history, we walked out of Egypt. There was no water mass that we had to get across. You understand? He said he was going to bring us back into Egypt again, with what?
With ships.
With ships. Don't ships have sails? Boats, right? With ships. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
He say, by the way I spake unto you, thou shalt see it no more again. Who else on the planet went into slavery by way of slave ships?
Right.
We can't think of nobody else that went through slavery by way of slave ships. So-called white man, he didn't go into slavery by way of slave ships.
Right.
Neither did the Arab man. He didn't go into slavery by way of slave ships.
Right.
The Chinese man, he didn't go into slavery by way of slave ships.
Teach,
only the Israelites.
That's right.
Went into slavery by way of slave ships.
That's right.
Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies.
It says, and there. When you get off those slave ships, when they dock in this newfound land, it says, and there you shall be what?
Sold unto your enemies.
You're gonna be sold unto your enemies. That's what we read. That's what we these pictures right here.
Right.
We were sold unto our enemies.
Right.
We was put on auction slave blocks and sold unto our enemies. When we got off those slave ships, we were sold unto our enemies. We didn't have no party. We were sold unto them. Read.
And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
It says for bondmen and bondwomen, for slave men and slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
Meaning no man's gonna be able to redeem you of that. You had Nat Turner, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X,
right,
Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people tried to redeem us of these curses.
Right.
But we still under the same curses today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let me ask you, my sister, what's your nationality? Oh, guys, what's your nationality, right? A lot of our people don't know. We don't know who we are. Because we've been stripped of our heritage. We've been stripped of our nationality. We've been stripped of, because I can't call myself black because I'm brown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? African American comes from 2 white men.
Right.
Leo Scipio Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci. How can I come from 2 white men? That don't make sense. So what's your nationality, sis? What's your nationality? African American that comes from 2 white men. Leo Scipio Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci. They so-called conquered Africa and discovered America.
Right.
Right? So calling yourselves after 2 white men, that's calling yourself a byword. That's a curse.
Right.
Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. This is another curse. So start at verse 15 again.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses gave the children of Israel a strict commandment. If you don't hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, he's going to put you through curses, and they're going to overtake you. They're going to pursue you. This is one of the curses. Give me verse 32.
Bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
It said, thy sons and thy daughters. Come, sis, come look at this sign real quick. It said, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Whose sons and daughters were given unto other people? These are real pictures.
Right.
Some of them illustrations, but these are real pictures. You see children in the fields.
Right.
Our sons and our daughters were given unto another people. Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
It said thine eyes shall look and fail for longer for them all the day long. Y'all remember that movie 12 Years a Slave? Remember that sister in the beginning? She cried for like an hour into the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because her sons and her daughter were given to another people. Read the last part. Read from the top.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no bite in thy hand.
It said there shall be no might in thy hand. There was no might in the sister's hand.
Right.
There was nothing she could do to say, because she pleaded with the master, don't sell my son, don't sell my daughter, keep it with me.
Right.
There was no might in her hand. Don't light it back up, sis. It went out for a reason.
Right.
Right.
Don't like that thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't like that thing. You know what I'm saying? There was no might. There was no might in her hand. There was nothing she could do to get her child back. Today they call it CPS.
Right.
Anybody can say put an anonymous call on you. They'll come in your house, all in your cupboards and your refrigerator, trying to figure you out, and will take your sons and your daughters.
That's
and you gotta
teacher.
go through everything you gotta do to get them back. Everything that they say.
Teacher.
So these curses are still upon us to this day. So read verse 45.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Say until we be destroyed. These curses gonna come upon us until we be destroyed. So you gotta ask yourself, but damn, how am I destroyed? Because I don't know I'm an Israelite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know who we are.
That's
we
right.
follow after the customs of America.
Teacher.
You know what I'm saying? Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
It said these curses are going to be upon you for a sign and for a wonder. How we know that's Antoine Street? How we know? The sign say it. You know what I'm saying? This is their land. The sign say it. You know what I'm saying? What's this, Mall Street? Madeline? Madeline. I'm from Baton Rouge. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? This is Madeline, right? So how I know I'm on Madeline? Because the sign say it.
Right.
So these curses, that's how we are to identify who this Bible is talking about. Who it's talking to. We are the children of Israel, because it ain't happening nobody else. The Chinese man ain't went through this.
Right.
The Arab man ain't went through this.
Right.
The white man ain't went through this.
Teach, Art.
It's only talking to the children of Israel.
That's right.
It's a real book.
Right.
But we think it's fairy tale. We put it up in the truck in the back of the car. You know what I'm saying? And leave it there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We open up to one scripture and Psalms and leave it there.
Right.
But we don't dig into it and learn who we are, because this is our book. It's talking to us.
Right.
Talking about us.
Right.
Finish reading.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
Talking that day, these curses gonna be upon us for a sign.
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
It says upon thy seed forever. We still going through the same curses, not knowing who we are.
Right.
What this Bible is saying. Read.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance for all things.
Because we're not serving the Lord thy God with joyfulness and abundance of our heart. We don't know nothing about feast of dedication. We don't know nothing about the Sabbath day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know nothing about Passover. We don't know nothing about keeping the new moon. We lost our heritage.
Right.
We know everything about Christmas. We know about Thanksgiving. We know about Easter. We know about keeping birthdays. But the Most High God ain't tell us nothing about that, celebrate none of them things. Keep reading.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst.
It said, therefore, you're going to serve your enemies in hunger and in thirst. Where we go to get our food from? Where we go to get our food from? He said, you're going to serve your enemies. He didn't say your friends. You're going to serve your enemies in hunger. We got to go to our enemies for food.
Right.
What stores we own? We got to go to our enemies for it.
Right.
See?
And in thirst.
What water wells we got? We ain't got none. We got to go to our enemies for thirst. Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothes on your back you don't own. Made in China, made in Afghanistan somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Made in Korea. You don't own the clothes you got on your back.
And in want of all things.
Get sick right now, where you gotta go? You gotta go to the hospital. You don't own no hospital. You want an education? Oh, man, I want to learn how to build a car.
Right.
You gotta go to their school.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You want to drive on the road, you gotta get their license.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta put a one of all things. To bury yourself, you gotta go to them.
That's
Right.
When you get born, you gotta go to them.
Right.
So you're gonna serve your enemies in the one of all things. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. Who did that happen to? It happened to us. He put
Right.
yokes of iron on our necks. Our friends ain't do that.
Teach, Art.
So why are we calling them friends now? You say your enemy shall put yokes of iron upon thy neck.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he has destroyed thee. Until he has taken away your national heritage. He has taken away your identity and have you following after him. Why so many of our sisters put blonde in their hair? What sense do that make? Who are they trying to be like? So many of our sisters have blonde hair, straighten their hair. But you cover up that beautiful wool hair that God gave you to come clean out your hair.
That's
you put
right.
blonde hair in your hair. That don't make no sense. You envying your oppressor.
Teach, Art.
You know what I'm saying? Let that wool show. Let that wool show. You like the trees. The trees, look at the trees. You don't see no trees growing down. All the hair grow up.
That's right.
Go up top of your head. You know what I'm saying?
He used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.